Hey everybody, it's Rebel Piggy here with a brand new episode for you. Today's recipe is Tostones de Plátano. So you need a cast iron skillet, a plantain, and vegetable oil. It's as simple as that. What you're going to do first is you're going to get hot running water into a bowl and you're going to place your plantain in there. Then you're going to take your plantain out after 30 minutes to an hour of sitting in that hot water. Now you have a plantain with a soft rind and it'll be easier for you to remove. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put on some kitchen gloves. Now you're going to do this because of several reasons and I'll tell them to you in a second. But what you're going to do first is you're going to take off the ends and you're going to take your knife and run 3 lines running down the rind of this. But you don't want to cut in too deep. You're not trying to cut through it, just cut through the rind itself. Now once you've done that, you take your spoon and you nudge it back and forth underneath that rind to make it easier to remove. And once you've done that, you can just take your fingers, pull it up, and do that for all 3 sides. Now the reason why you want to do that, making sure that you have a soft rind, is to do this process by putting it into the hot water. Otherwise it'll be very difficult for you to remove. Now you're going to take your spoon and take off any darker pieces, and after waiting a minute or 2, you'll also notice that pieces that have oxidized will become brown, and you're also going to scrape those off. Otherwise, if you try to fry your plantains or your plantain chunks, it will become very apparent that you did not scrape those pieces off. Now on to the next step, cutting them into chunks. So just cut them into simple chunks and you can get 6 pieces and they're going to be about 1.5 inches to 2 inches long. Throw away all of your pieces that you have from the rind, and at that point you can take off your gloves. Try to not touch your gloves or your plantains too much with bare hands, otherwise they can too become stained, as well as the gloves. But I'll show you later on how to clean your cutting board, how to clean your knives, and so on. It's very simple. Now you're going to heat up your cast iron skillet. Yes, the handy cast iron skillet, medium heat. Fill it up about 1 inch of oil. And after it's heated up, you're going to test your piece of plátano. And then you're going to take those chunks, those 1.5 inch to 2 inch chunks, and you're going to submerge them into the cast iron skillet. And please be careful when you're putting these in because they can come up and splash if you do not put them in carefully. Our goal here for this part is just to make each side of these chunks golden brown. Now you'll notice with the even cut chunks that aren't the ends, they'll be a lot easier for you to make sure that they're golden brown. However, the ends will be a little bit trickier. Just make sure that you rotate them around, make sure that they're golden brown, and that's it. We're not trying to cook them all the way through. You're just trying to make them golden brown on all sides. Now once you've done that, tap some of that excess oil off, put it onto a plate with a paper towel, and what we're going to do now is we're going to smash those plantains. Now I took that cutting board that we had earlier, I just flipped it over, and I made sure I put that flipped over portion onto paper towel. Now you're going to take a flat plastic round piece of something hard enough for you to handle without burning yourself, and you're going to smash those plantain chunks into evenly flattened pieces. Now it was about 1/4 inch, and you're going to do that for each piece, but you want to make sure again that it's not too thin, because otherwise they will become too crispy or they will fall apart. If you like them crispy, that's fine, but these will be very crispy, and you'll also have like a really nice creamy texture in the middle if you don't smash them too much. Now if you don't smash them enough, they will be too dark on the outside and it will not be cooked thoroughly in the inside. And you'll notice with the ends, again, they're kind of like the ugly duckling of this whole recipe. They will never be even, okay? They will never come out as pretty as the ones in the middle, but you know what? They will taste just as fantastic. Make sure that you have everything nicely flattened. If you have any pieces that have come up, you can just kind of mold them into the main body of the plantain chunks and just scrape them off by using the back of the knife. Now you're going to slide them into the oil, again making sure that you don't just toss them in there and burn yourself like an idiot like I've done several times. And you're just going to slide them in there pretty nicely. And the main goal with this, again with the the first portion of this video with the frying, is you're just trying to make them golden brown. Okay, well, doing this process this way is going to ensure that you have an evenly cooked tostone. Flip them over, make sure that they're all nice and golden brown, and then once you're done there, you're gonna just take them out and eat them however way you like, but I'm gonna show you an extra special way you can serve them as the main dish, and that is going to be a plátano burger. But I will show you that in the next video. So once you're done making sure that they are nice and crispy as you see here, you're finished. Just make sure that you have them well drained and you have some mayo ketchup to serve them with. As you see here in the middle, that's mayo ketchup. What is mayo ketchup? Well, you're gonna have to find out in the next video because there's a lot of stuff happening in the next video, okay? It's a lot of crazy stuff. But this is fantastic. Try to figure out how you want to plate this. I plated it this way for this scene, then I changed it to something else in another part where I took pictures of it, but I tell you, it is delicious. It is the gem of Puerto Rico, as far as I know, besides like lechon or arroz con habichuelas, you know what I'm saying? And this thing is delicious with this mayo ketchup. I will definitely show you how to make that in the next episode, and that too is the condiment of choice for Puerto Ricans. And if you're Puerto Rican, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Now with this next section, I'm going to show you how to clean your cutting board, but you can also use this to clean your kitchen utensils that you've used for this recipe, and your gloves, and yourself, but hopefully not yourself. Enjoy! Okay, so this is the side where we peeled and cut the plantains on. Right. Now watch this. See that? All that right there, how it's turned red. Right. If you leave it that way and you don't use this to clean it, makes it kind of red. Well, not just that, but like say if you didn't use these gloves, you'd have it on your hands. Right. And my mom, I know it's probably not the best thing to do. She would actually spray her hands, but she would always try to use gloves. Right. So if you don't do that, and say if you got on your clothes, because I'm also wearing an apron right now, and you put it in the clothes, it'll stain it. Yep. And just for good measure, since we also splat the other side. Like see, that's where we crushed the plantain at, right. Tostón, and you're probably gonna need it to like sit there for a second. Okay, but if you don't use this, and this is bleach, it'll stay like that. So I'm just gonna let that sit, and then just like this other side, how it came off pretty easily, it'll wash off. But that's how you're supposed to clean a cutting board when you're making tostones. All right. Close it. Yep, we're good. How do I do that? Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think of this new quality. I have a brand new camera now, and also I am glad to be back. Glad to be making these videos for you again. Had a few technical issues with a certain device that we have in our computer, but that has been resolved now, obviously. And I really hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know of any new recipes you would like me to make for you in the future. And as always, keep cooking, keep gaming, and keep being yourselves. Bye bye!